Right, wake up to Rodney. Haven't done. Yo! Almost had a full-on collision with some utter moron who, to be fair, they shouldn't be able to park on the corner. Anyway, wake up to Rodney. I haven't done an episode for a while, and as a result, is he going to let me past? Let me see if I can get past before he goes. Yeah, so wake up to Rodney. Right, so I'm off to test. That's very
We're watching the vid.
oh, is that what it is? Can of water. So it's like we're in France. So in France you have the cans of water. I love it. This is from Jamaica. It's Aqua Libre, but it's from Jamaica. So, where was I? In fact, I might even buy some more cans of water, to be fair. Where was I? Yeah, so I'm off to test my Canon cameras. Now, it's so easy. Oh my days. Ice cold water in a can. Perfect. It's so easy to just want to go and spend money. It's so easy to just want the newest items, to just go and get the newest camera, just go and get the newest lens. Now, I've got old lenses and my cameras are 20, 18, whatever years old, 20 years old, 20 plus years old. My lens is even older. Now, with some tweaks, as in learning about the camera, I've read from top to bottom the instruction manual. I'm trying my best to get to grips with the nuances and the intricacies. Because at one point the Canon EOS 1D was by far the best camera there was, and it's the 1D and it's only 4 megapixels. At one point the EOS 1DS with 11.2 megapixels was the best or the highest resolution. So as a result, you're now thinking, right, it's like how can we put it? It used to be the highest. Look, see the recording everything. These people, jeez, they're recording everything. Yo, he's Bentley, man. I thought he's letting me go. Obviously not. Obviously not. A wicked Bentley. I wish I could show it you. Yeah, so where was I? So at one point these were the best technology you could buy, and there were £4,000-5,000 cameras. Now you can buy them for a couple £100 or less. So my point is this: with a few tweaks, obviously I can't get the same level of quality as I can from an EOS R3 or R1 or, well, either of them. But what I can do is maximize what I can get from it until the point, and that's where I'm going, until the point that I can make that transition to mirrorless from DSLR. But it goes into everything to do with business as well. Now, I always remember a guy who was a mobile DJ, and he bought himself a £14,000 van on finance, and he only had 1 gig of which he was getting paid £200 for. And I remember saying to him in his consultant meeting, why did you not just buy a £800 or even just an estate car. He says, oh, because I want to arrive in style. I says, what does it matter, arriving in style? They're paying you 200 quid. It's not like you're going to the Oscars and you're getting paid 100 grand. You got to start somewhere. And it's like you've wanted to start at the top. So now you've got yourself in huge amounts of debt, outgoings per month. Yeah, and you've only got a few bookings. So anyway, fast forward, because I work with these people for up to 6 months. Fast forward 3 months in, he can't make his payments. He's not making enough from DJing, and he can't make his payments. So now he wants a business loan, or an advance on his business loan, as in the next drawdown, so that he can get a suit, so that he can apply for jobs. And I'm just like, your mindset is all over the place. And it always comes down to the same thing. You might be a good DJ, yeah, but you're not good at business. You might be a good chef, but you're not good at business. You might be a good photographer, but you're not good at business. Yeah, I could walk into, if I was fully self-employed, I could walk into a camera shop and get myself 10 grand's worth of equipment on finance, for example. But if I was solely relying on photography jobs, I would be struggling to make those payments, because it happened to me before. That's why I can teach it, because it's happened to me before when I first was a professional photographer. Yeah, and I went out and I got a loan for a car, and I got a loan for my phone, and when all my direct debits came out, I was literally, I only had one customer, which was BRMB, and it wasn't sustainable, it wasn't enough, and I defaulted on payments, I defaulted on my phone, so my phone was taken away, or the service was taken away. I defaulted on my car, but they never took it back, because it was just a personal loan. You know, and this is the things that I'm trying to teach people. Don't get yourself into these problems unless you've maximized everything. So if you're a chef, maximize your knives before you go out and you spend 3 grand on new knives. You can spend 10 grand on knives. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? But have you used the sharpening service? Have you used that knife till it's absolute, whatever it is, fryer, whatever? I'm just saying, maximize before you get yourself into loads of debt. And this DJ, you know, he's already folded already. So, you know, in terms of success of my lending to people, he's let me down, because you know, he paid what, 2-3 months of the loan back, and then defaulted on it. He might start paying back when he gets his loan, and when he gets a job, which I think he has now. I think he's got a job. Yeah, and he'd have to start paying that advance back, because you can do an attachment of earnings. But even so, in terms of investing, at no point did he tell me he was going to put his business under massive amounts of strain by getting a £14,000 van. I told him straight away, just return it. He says, oh, I can't now, you know, I can't. He says, you can't, or you don't want to. Ridiculous. He should have bought, you know, even some of the best DJs in the world, LTJ Bookham, were putting gear in the back of a Renault Estate, you know, driving around the country. I just don't get these people. I just don't understand the mindset. And to be fair, I do understand it, because I've been tempted myself. Yeah, what cars a photographer need? You know, I can't really talk about cars, because I've got obviously an X5, I've got a Range Rover, I've got a Mercedes people carrier, got a Volvo, I've got a VR6, I got loads of whips. But those are what I've accumulated over years. Not what if I was starting a business today, I'd just buy an old Vauxhall Vivaro Sportive, something like that, or Renault Traffic, and as long as it's got MOT, bam, I'm off. That's it. I would spend the money on is lights. Portable lights is good. That is worth an investment. So you'd spend a little bit more on your lights, but there's your scale. You spend less on your car, more on your lights. If your car breaks down, you rent one for the day, you hire one for the day. If you've got a job on that day, yeah, you could walk into Enterprise and hire a car that day, 80 quid, factor it into the job. Oi! Yo, this people are going crazy, man. Just trying to pull out in front of a lorry, nutters. Anyway, listen, wake up to Rodney. Think before you do things. Make your decisions with the knowledge that there's consequences. Make decisions based on facts, not based on, well, I hope that it will do well in time to come. Probably will, but if you show the same amount of commitment, for example, that I've shown in not buying new cameras and instead going back, rereading, learning, focusing on technique, focusing on ability, focusing on vision, focusing on all of these things. Focusing on all these things to maximize my ability as a photographer, as opposed to just going out and getting myself in 10 grand's worth. Yo, this lorry's not going to slow down. Oh, he's moved out. Flipping it, this lorry's no joke, man. I got a Ross Clark, Bomber Clark, Ross Clark. From like 80 to like nothing. Jeez. The brakes in this X5 work, that's for sure. So listen, make them decisions and make them make sense for your business. Hit me up, contact me, phone me, message me, DM me, whatever. I'm happy to talk to anybody about any business, especially in the startup. Like and subscribe, guys. Bye.